Good afternoon, everyone. Sheila here in Boho Daydreams, and welcome to my channel. I hope that you're all having a wonderful week so far. It's been kind of busy, and I have almost everybody's package out. I am so excited. I ended up getting family company from Canada on Sunday, and oh wow, that was just amazing. And sadness, they left today, but it was so wonderful, and it just occupied all of my time, and I was just grateful because it was amazing to have family come and visit. Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. Now I'm kind of homesick. Anyway, pop up my info. I'm Sheila Ginrich, scoghill4@gmail.com. Facebook group is Boho Daydreams. And I'm going to link all of that in the description box. So what I wanted to do is just kind of go through this package. This was a design team package that I put out for my design team. There was also a guest designer and a legacy designer. And so I sent out 7 packages. And so this is the Gramma Chic. And you've heard a lot about Gramma Chic through the medallions, through the packages, through the design team designers, who were, by the way, Randi Kirby, who is Dreamy Bohemian, Karen Anderson, who is Vintage Elegance Inspiration, Marlene Placensia, who is Uniquely Ella, Jenifer Stephens, she's a Trace of Sparkle, Pamela Dailey is Glam Junk Journals. Then we had a guest designer who was Judy Dickerson, and the legacy designer, which is one of my admins, Susan Elletson. And some of these are complete and some of them are not complete yet, but I am going to link everybody in the description box so you can go and see their interpretation of this package. So the note that my designers got with this package was, you found your grandma's journal in the attic. What did it look like? And so they were going to use this package to create something that was an interpretation of Grandma's journal. And they were going to show it to us. And a few of the designers are now done. Some are still working on it. It took a little while to get them all out because they're very, very labor intensive putting these packages together. And right now, these packages are only available in my Patreon. If I ever make enough to bring them to YouTube itself for everyone else, then I will do that. But right now, I'm just trying to catch up to the requests in the Patreon. So what this kit includes, because I've had a few people asking, there were quite a few people that got these packages. So there's a tie, and this one has 2 different ties, but some of them will only have 1 tie. And the tie is the double length. So you've got 2 pieces here that are cut in half, but if it's a 1 tie, it's going to be double length. So you'll have your little focal medallion, and I'm just going to show you what this journal actually was, what this package is actually tailored after. So it's this, and this one's not quite done yet. So this is what it is patterned after. And you'll see like the textiles and the paper and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of everything so that you yourself can make this journal however you like. So we're going to go over the components of it. So there is your focal medallion, and then there are some beads. So my journals were for signatures, but you can do whatever you want with your journal. You can make it 1 fat signature or 1 small signature and make 4 signatures. It does not matter. Then there is some velvet, and every package is a little bit different because when I run out of something, then I have to add something else. So there was some of this, and that is a ½ yard each. Some packages would have this in it. It's a very beautiful fine silk that I hand dyed. I hand dyed all of these packages myself. Then there is a variety of laces. They're all vintage. Well, this one's not vintage, but it's just pretty. But these are vintage, so there's some of that. There was a piece of this, very, very beautiful, sparkly, and it was enough to wrap around the journal cover itself. So you have many options when it comes to this package. Then there is a piece of this, kind of like a Swiss dot on tulle. So there's a piece of that. And this piece here is different in all the packages. It just depends. So you'll have another piece of lace, and this is also meant for the journal cover or whatever you want, but there's options. You have lots and lots of options. Most packages had a piece of the cheesecloth, which is dyed to coordinate. Then there is a piece of velvet, and there is a piece of the Indian block print. Very, very beautiful. I tried to coordinate them. Some of them are a little bit funky, but it's fun. It's fun. And there's lots here, so you can use that in the journal itself, on the inside cover, and then a little bit extra to that. Let me see, what did I want to show you? Okay, we'll just keep going. So then there was a bit of a trim package. It's dyed and it's tied up in some seam binding. So there's a little bit of seam binding. And then all of these packages, they have some of the sparkly stuff, and they're long. They're long pieces. There's a piece, you know, usually you'll have a few pieces of trim, different trims. I love this. That one is metal embroidery with beads. There is a piece of this, and I tried to add this to all the packages because it's one of my very, very favorite trims, but I don't know how much of that I have left. And then there's another piece like this. And then there was a piece of vintage embroidered tape. And that's all. That's different for every single package. But I tried to add a ½ yard of that. Then there's papers. And I'm going to quickly show you how they're folded. So it's a piece of copy paper. And I folded it in half. Like that. And then I cut. Or tore. My cutting device made it look like it was torn, so there's that. So this is 2 pieces of paper, and then I just folded it like this. So you cut it in half, and then you'll fold it in half, and that is the size of your pieces of paper within your journal. And so you got plenty of paper. This is my tea-dyed paper, and it's made to look, not all of them, but I tried to make them look a bit aged so that you could, you know, so it looks like an aged journal. So there's about 10 pieces of that. And then you've got your, this is the piece of, instead of what's it called? That really heavy duty cardstock. I use this, and this is kind of like a craft text, but it's not, because when I ordered the craft text, they sent me this, and I'm just using it for it. So there is a piece of this, and then there's 2 pieces of steam-a-seam. So the steam-a-seam peels off like this, and you'll attach it to one of your fabrics, and then you will peel the other side off and attach it to this. And then you're going to iron it. And then you're going to come back and use the other piece of steam-a-seam like this. And you're going to do it to the other piece of fabric. So it's for the outside and the inside covers. And then you have a spine. And this is the hidden spine version. So this will get covered with fabric. And I just glued my fabric on because it doesn't really matter. But this is a glueless technique so that you're not going to see glue seeping through to the other side of your fabric. And I think it works fantastic. It's a little bit, it costs a little bit more than glue to use, but you do not wreck your fabrics at all. So this is your paper pack, and your paper pack is very similar, but will be a little bit different. All of them are different according to the color of your package. So there are some letters. Most of you will have two very old letters. This one's from 1909. This one is, I don't even know what that is. It's just, 1893. And then there's another one. So every package is a little bit different with that. And because it was blue, I added some of the very old blue labels. Then there's two different pieces of very, very old paper. And yes, it kind of tore at me a little bit to tear them in half because they're like 1848 and they're French, but the paper is just amazing. And you can use this however you like. It could be a page in your journal, or it could just be, it's your imagination. It's your imagination that makes this. And then there's these, and this is very, very old, and the ink on this onion skin makes it even more fragile. But this is really pretty when you glue it down to your tags, to part of your paper, whatever it is that you want to do with it is really, really pretty. And this is in English. The documents are in French. The paper is also in another language. Then there is some of these prints, and they're all different on tracing paper. And this works awesome as washi tape. I use this to secure the, let me just grab this journal here. I used that to secure the signature, the very delicate papers on the signature. That's what I used it for. And I also used it to glue onto my journal to just give it that aged look. It's kind of like paper patina, you know. And if I had torn the page, then I also used it for that. And I don't know, I don't see too much. Oh yeah, here there might have been a little tear there, and so I used some on that. I just love the look of it. So every package has a little bit of that. And here's the beads. You know, you just put your beads where you want to put them. The only thing that you really need is some glue, and then you'll need some, you'll need your signature binding threads. So there is some of that. And then you have a selection of wallpaper. Every package is going to be a little bit different on this, depending on what the color of your package is. But it is all very, very beautiful paper. I love it. It's all vintage paper. Some of your packages is going to have antique paper in it, but I don't have a lot of the antique stuff, so I have to swap it out sometimes with, you know, the vintage papers. But these are just beautiful, and I've seen the way you use them. You're incredible. And then the last of it is some antique 1917 French ledger paper. Very beautiful. Lots and lots of foxing on this. And then here's a piece, 1930, but this is, I bought this, it came from Norway, but somebody has confirmed that they are from, they're Finnish or Flemish. Finnish? Flemish? They originate from Finland. So whatever that makes them, I'm sorry, I don't mean to mean to be any disrespect here. I just don't exactly know if I can say Finnish language. Anyway, at this time, I can only offer these in my Patreon, and which is lots of fun in there. And I'm trying to get them all done. If I can ever get enough made for in there, then I can offer them outside of Patreon. So when you see them in YouTube, in a YouTube video of what's available, then I will have made enough, and I will put some extras together. But until then, these are just for my Patreon, and I'm just going through this so that everyone knows what all the pieces are, because I didn't have an instruction pamphlet that went along with this, because I thought I would have this video up a lot sooner. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will be getting back with you all soon of what is actually available. Bye for now.